you have something that comes up and you're like, holy crap, you uncover that there is so much more to learn. You have to make that tough decision sometimes. You have to be willing to give up what you're passionate about, willing to give up what you really, 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 really want to do. Instead, spend your time in the one place where it matters most.
So the big question is this: how do investors like us, who don't have a PhD in finance or millions to start investing, how do we grow our bank accounts to build real savings and retirements and yet still have the time to do what we really love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer.
People are like, oh, this is what college is going to be like. It's like all this stuff that you're going to learn. It's going to be the coolest thing ever. And what I realized is like, you don't really know what you don't know until you like get to it. And it's sort of like this ignorance is bliss thing where there's like so much more that's out there. And it's like, holy crap, like I didn't freaking even know that existed. I didn't know that. And I think that's kind of one of the, like for a lot of the stuff, like there's some economics courses I'm taking right now because I'm literally forced to take economics courses. I tried for like 2 days to test out of this course. And so far we've had like 2 tests and some homework assignments. And I've literally done none of the reading. I've ignored every single lecture, every seminar. I've totally blanked out, done no work at all for this class. And I've got like 100 in the class because I literally wrote a book on economics. Like there's nothing left to learn about it. And I've taken many classes on economics before that just weren't official classes because like I needed to know that to get into investing, and to write the book. And so like 0% of my time goes to that class, at least in study time. And like all my study time goes to this one other class because I'm pushing myself, I'm expanding myself, and I'm trying something that's like way out there, but I know it's the only thing that actually matters right now. And so that's kind of the big message today is if you have something that comes up and you're like, holy crap, you uncover that there is so much more to learn. You have to make that tough decision sometimes. You have to be willing to give up what you're passionate about, willing to give up what you really, 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 really want to do. Instead, spend your time in the one place where it matters most. And it's a tough thing to do, but you make that distinction, you get it done, and then you explode. I remember I had this one bud. He's trying to write like his first book, and he's got like 3 or 4 books, work in progress books. And these books, he's got like probably about a quarter, maybe half of a book written. I mean, it's like hundreds of pages, but it's like 4 different books. And because of that, none of them are published. Versus if you just like focus on one book and you go all in on one book, like he would have 2 books published easily. But instead, he's got like 4, 5, 6 works in progress, and none of it gets published. And so it's really critical that you stick with that one thing until you have the success with it, and then you move on to the next thing. Instead of trying to do like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50 things at once, because that won't work. Like splitting your effort, it's like trying to like run a triathlon, but every single minute of like every 5 minutes you switch from running to swimming to biking, and you don't actually run the entire leg of the race. And because of that, you aren't going to finish effectively. It's not going to happen. You've got to get in the zone. You've got to get in, like some of you guys know runner's high, right? Like this idea that you get tons of dopamine when you're running, and like it is so nice. Like, oh, I love it. Oh my God. All I want to do is run all day. Like honestly, if I had the time, oh my gosh. Like it's so nice. And like you don't get that after minute 5 though. You get that after minute like 30. And so like you've got to commit if you want to get like exponential results. If you want to get geometric performance, you've got to stick with the one thing before we move on to the next thing. So that's the big message today, is to stop like focusing on shiny object syndrome and instead be able to identify where you need to work on, then pick it, and then just do that exclusively. And hopefully it's trading stocks, which is the coolest thing on the planet, because oh my gosh. So the last part is basically, since I basically said to myself, I'm not going to do any more day trades, at least for today or yesterday, I put in a swing trade on CX, which is super exciting. Somebody bought like 4 million of their stock yesterday, which is kind of insane. And they also broke a 50 weekly moving average, and they also did a red, green, red daily candlestick pattern. So I'm in that right now with calls and with equity. So anyway, long story short, because I'm forcing myself to make that swing trade instead of actually doing day trades, that should yield about a 10x return in the next month. So hopefully you guys will hear about that later up on this podcast as the position plays out. I'm excited about it. It's done well so far. And it looks like it confirmed all the setup. So with this, I guess I hope we got a ton of value out of this podcast. Go out there, apply it, absolutely crush it. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Want more stock market secrets? If so, you can get your free copy of my best-selling book, 9 to Noon. You get your free copy plus $11,176 of unannounced bonuses. It took me years to uncover completely for free at 9tonoonsecrets.com. Inside 9 to noon, you'll find the top 38 secrets you can use to double your portfolio every 2 years and make upwards of 10% daily.